It's just another night, just another fight for my life. It's alright because everything dies, nobody know why.
Hi guys, my name is Zimbiat Adepoju. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm gonna be talking about how I wasted my hair in 20s. I recently turned a year older and I left the mid-20s, and as I think about all the stuff I've done and how I've spent my early 20s, and I am saying this today that I wasted some and I learned loads of lessons which I'll be sharing with you guys. If you're 20, early 20, mid 20 or late 20 watching this video, just take and enjoy. So I have to say this: if you're in your mid-20s or whatever age you are, these are lessons that I feel everyone needs to understand, and everybody needs to know. First of all, I was thinking about my 20s. What have I done so far? How can I improve myself? What can I do better now that I have finally left the mid-20s? What can I do better to improve myself? As I used to think about my mistakes, the mistakes I've made, and what can I do to make them better. So number one thing I'm going to be talking about on this list is imposter syndrome. Like, this is something I dealt with for a long time, and I am so glad that I had the self-awareness and I was able to understand, okay, this is what's happening. And I started content creating. I'm using myself as an example because I'm talking about my experience, which I think everyone can learn from. I started content creating like 11 months ago, and sometimes even like when I post some stuff, I feel like, nah. Even when my friends say, oh, it's so nice, not even my friends, like random people tell me things, I feel like, no, it's not. I used to feel all this feeling doubts, which I had for a long time, even before I started content creating. And most times I actually feel that I should have killed that feeling and just ignore and kill it, because it doesn't get you anywhere. Imposter syndrome just makes you feel like you're not deserving of your worth. You need to understand that it is you, and you deserve every accolade you get, and you should take away every doubt that make you feel like that's not you. Number two on the list is, it goes along with imposing low self-esteem, low, basically low or whatever, but self-esteem generally. While growing up, I don't know if I've ever had low self-esteem, but sometimes it chips in, like it pops in, like the self-esteem. But I've always been this person that I do things, I just do it, but sometimes I still deal with that. And should I say, I used to deal with that, and it was a lot. When you have a feeling in your head that say like you can't do it, or you're not good enough, you can't be this person, you can't be like this person, you can't be like that person, I tell you today that you can do whatever you want to do, you can be whatever you want to be. That self-esteem is just a feeling that you should dead right now. It shouldn't even pop in your head, because you can do whatever you want to do. All you need to do is to have faith. I know it might sound like maybe I'm faith, it doesn't make sense, but self-esteem goes along with your faith. Another thing I learned from growing up again is that don't expect too much from people. I remember when I finished I said this in one of my vlog, when I finished school, I was expecting too much from people, like our expectation. You should never ever have like very high expectation from people. Don't expect too much from people. The only person you should expect a lot from is yourself. Even your parents, you shouldn't expect too much from your parent or your friends, because it makes you disappointed when they're not meeting up to these things, when they're not doing all these things. You start to feel let down, and it might even, you know, affect whatever you're doing financially, you know, emotionally, whatever. At the end of the day, as much as you need people around you, at the end of the day, it is just you. I don't mean like it is just you, but at the end of the day, you only have yourself. Like, let me give you an example. I've given this example before. Like, maybe someone promised to do something for you, and you know, you put your, I'll say, like, don't expect too much on people. It goes along with like relying. Have this self-reliance, like rely on yourself more. Like, you need help, everybody needs help, understandable, but limit the way you put your mind, like, oh yeah, this person is gonna make it happen for me. Yeah, that person might make it happen for you, but on a scale of 1 to 10, put it like, oh, this person might make it happen for me. Don't expect too much from people so you don't get let down, you don't get disappointed. That is one thing I've learned. Moving on to another thing now is being intentional. So another thing I learned is being intentional. I wish I was very intentional with a lot of things, and the way I did a lot of things with a lot of people. Be intentional with things you do, people you move with, whatever you do, your career, whatever you do, you have to put so much intention to it. Like, don't just make decisions. In friendship, be intentional with your friendship, be intentional with your relationship, like your financial decisions, and whatever friendship or relationship you are, always make your intention clear. Make your intentions clear. Don't be like, I feel like most people have made that mistake, or oh yeah, I want to see how it goes. I want to see in friendship, I want to see how the friendship goes. In relationship, I want to see how it goes. No, what do you want? Like, be intentional about it and make your intentions clear. Like, this is what I want, and you have to stand on business. Stand on business. Be intentional. Make your intentions really clear. Exact. Especially not even getting yourself into situationships, into relationships that you be like, oh yeah, we just like each other, we're just flowing along, and along the line you just find out like, yo, you weren't clear about your intention. I didn't know what you wanted, you know. So be intentional in terms of like, you know, career, should I say career wise, you can either be an entrepreneur, or you know, you work for someone, or you be a baby girl. But like, you know, that had never been a problem for me, because even when I finished uni, I was able to pick like, okay, yeah, this is what I want. I was able to figure out what I wanted for myself, and so what I'm just trying to say right now is, know what you want. Like, not everybody can be an entrepreneur, and not everybody can do a 9-to-5 job. Which one do you think works for you? Not everybody has to be an entrepreneur, not everybody has to do the 9-to-5, and pick whichever one that you know, like, it works for you. If you want to be an entrepreneur, be an entrepreneur. If you want to work 9-to-5, be 9-to-5, and don't do it because, you know, 9-to-5 pays, or oh, I want to own a business, and you don't even know how to, like, it's not like you don't have the drive for it. You want to do it because every other person is doing it. So that pushes me to go into talking about like not following trend, doing what you want to do for yourself. Like, do whatever you want to do for yourself. Don't follow trends. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense following trend. It's not going to lead you anywhere. That's one thing I learned. Like, I've never been the type to follow trends, but there were times that I did follow trend. I'm not even gonna lie. There were times I followed trend and I regretted it. That's why I never ever follow trend. I do my own thing. Like, sometimes it's okay to, like, let's say it's okay, but sometimes it's alright to, like, you know, sleep, you know, miss your way, but you bounce back. So never ever ever follow trends. Another thing I learned, I wish I learned sooner, is that not all friendships are beneficiary, and not all friendship are have to be you know, like, what do I say, same energy. Do you get what I mean? Don't I can't say don't expect too much, but not all friendship had to be like, oh yeah, we're friends because we're getting this from. I don't even feel like you should be friends because you're getting something from someone, or because we do similar. Sometimes your, you know, closest person might even be someone that you don't even have like things together. So this one is for people that are crazy about, you know, health, body. You know, we have this weird obsession, like when you go online you see like the crazy trend about the body. I remember when I was I was younger than this, I used to wear a very big bra because I was obsessed, like, oh, why don't I have big boobs, why am I really small here, you know. And eventually, and I think at a point I was a bit lighter than this. I wasn't bleaching, but I was lighter. Then I learned to like myself. I learned to understand the beauty, like, yo, you're perfect. I am so perfect. There is nothing anyone can tell me in the whole world. Nothing. I always say it to people, there is nothing anyone can tell me in Zimbiat and make me feel less perfect. I am so perfect. Because in fact, it's so crazy that I'm not saying I don't like big, you know, bust or whatever, but I am so in love with my. So think about how I used to think years ago. I even got an enlargement cream with my friend. We got enlargement cream together, boobs enlargement cream, because we wanted to have big boobs. And now I'm thinking about, if I had big boobs, I wouldn't be happy right now. What I feel right now, I don't know if I grew up, but like, I wish I understood the beauty of my own body earlier. And dark skin, I wasn't bleaching though, but I wasn't like, I don't know, for some reason I was sharing with my brothers, they're light skin, sharing with my mom, I was light skin as well. And I said I was light skin, she's light skin as well, and I became, you know, lighter. And now I see myself like, yo, look at me. I love my skin so much. I love my body so much. You have this crazy, should I say rule, like perception, or like, you know, I don't know who made this rule, like you have to be light skinned to be beautiful, or you have to be dark skinned to be beautiful, or you have to be bossy, you have to do, you know, maybe BBL. I'm not saying you shouldn't do BBL. You have to have this, you have to have that, you have to be flat chested to be beautiful. There is no rule. They say beauty is in the eyes of beauty. Beauty is in your own eye. Like, it is in my own eye. I know how pretty I am. There's this craziness, this craze going on about, you know, body online. You see today is slim thick going on, tomorrow is slim, tomorrow is thick. And I learned that there will always be that craze. So stick to your own self and love your own body. I love my body so much. I wish I learned that earlier, when I wasted my 2,500 naira in uni to buy boobs enlargement. No, that is so stupid, Zimbiat. I bought this boobs enlargement cream. It was so peppery. I think I bought bum enlargement as well. Yo, I wish I learned that earlier. But now, you don't want to know how I show off my body. The thing I'm gonna say is, be careful of the energy you surround yourself with. That is so important. I've had situations where and be careful of the energy you surround yourself with and what you consume, because it works like hand in hand. If you surround yourself with bad energy, with negative energy, you definitely will be consuming, something that is bad for you, something not healthy for you. I don't mean like eating, but like consuming, sorry. So be careful whatever energy you surround yourself with, like your friends, like the environment, the people, where you are, because all these things were shaping you to whatever thing you will be, or whoever you'll be, or what you be putting out. It's just like input whatever you put inside. You can't blend tomatoes. I say tomato. You can't blend tomatoes and expect to get a yogurt. It's not possible. No, you definitely get whatever you input into your system. So when you have like negative energy, I learned this from my pastor. My pastor said something one time and said to me, like, not to me, like was preaching, and said like, when you get something or someone is about to say something to you and it is negative, immediately take yourself out and say it is not for me. Like someone says, oh yeah, you might be poor or something, just say it's not for me and take it out. Because once it sinks in, it's gonna be there. And even if you're not experiencing, if you're not like, you like unconsciously begin to like focus on that, or when you see signs that like, oh yeah, because this person said this, now you become miserable. You start living that life, living that negative thing someone has said to you. Start going through that way, which is really bad. So you need to be very, very careful of the energy you surround yourself with. If you feel like this friend, this environment is bad for you, just move. That's one thing I've learned. Whenever I feel, I'm so happy I grew up in a very, very good family. My family, they have very, very, very like supportive. They make me feel like the queen of the world. They make me feel like the tallest person, even if I'm really short. They make me feel like I am everything. So I recognize bad energy when I'm out there. I know how to, like, I don't even take one step. I know how to remove myself from there, from the wrong environment. I recognize the wrong, that no, this is not for me. This is not what I want. So that is one thing. So whatever or wherever you are that is bad for you, just take yourself, because if you're not careful, you're going to be consuming bad energy and it's going to affect your impact. Another thing I would say is that one thing we need to realize, that every step you take, each step adds up, like, to your growth. It's like a staircase or whatever. You go like this and everything just adds up. That's it. And the moment you're miserable, you're not enjoying it, then you get to this place. Because one thing I realized whenever achieving something, I remember when I was when I was very, very young, I never had 50,000 in my account, for example. I felt like, oh, did I have 50,000 naira? I'll be so happy. I had 50,000 naira. Did I have 50,000 in my account? I was happy, but it wasn't the feeling I expected. Or, oh, yeah, I wasn't a fan of coming up, but like, oh, maybe, for example, did I travel to this place? Yeah, for example, I always say I want to go to Paris. It's my dream country. The day I finally went to Paris, I was sleeping, like I was on my bed sleeping. I wasn't really, that's one thing I realized, that you don't have to like, yeah, you want to have an achievement, you want to gain this thing. The moment you get to that thing, that excitement, trust me, the best excitement is the process, the journey. That's what you should enjoy. Never ever feel like, yeah, I've not done it, I feel miserable, I'm depressed. No, be happy that, yeah, you're growing, you're seeing the growth, you're doing it, you're in the process. The moment, it's not like you're stagnant, you're doing it. Enjoy that process. Enjoy the process. Okay. So that is one mistake I made in my early 20s. Another thing I would say again is save and invest early. No amount is too small for you to save. This is not a mistake I never made that mistake, because I was always saving. I had this, thank God for my parents, my uncle, my aunties. They brought me up with like, you have to save. We had this, what do we call, piggy bank, where we were always saving. So I've always been in that thingy. I save. And then I realized that's every 10 naira right now, or 10 pound, keep saving, it turns to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Learn the act of saving. It goes a long way. It has really helped me in my life. So learn the act of saving and invest early. Don't be like I want to have, you know, a lot before I can save. I want to have, you know, have 10,000 pounds before I can save. Or I can't save. You can't save anything, no matter how small it is. It might seem like it's small, but just save. Okay? Then another thing I'll say is regarding time is your greatest asset. Time is very important. Time wait for nobody. You can never buy time. You can't buy. I was just 18 years old few days ago. Not few days ago. It feels like few days ago. And now I'm like more years older. Right. I just clocked 20 few days ago. And now I'm like above 25. So that's how it is. Like, you need to learn the act. You need to understand that time is very important. Don't rush yourself. Don't waste your time either. Don't waste your time on anything, on anyone, in relationship, in business, in career, in whatever. Make sure to use your time wisely. Another thing I would say again is pick your own. Do whatever makes you happy. It is very important. Ask whatever you do in life, ask yourself, am I happy? Am I enjoying this? Your career, your goals, your dreams. Don't pick your career because, you know, I want to be a doctor because everybody's being a doctor. Everyone is a doctor. I want to be a nurse because everyone is a nurse. Does it make you happy? Or else you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. You need to, when your job or whatever you do make you happy, it just makes it easy for you. Lastly, I would say don't ever put yourself in a situationship. It is really bad. Don't ever put yourself in a situationship. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I wish I could say everything. If you want me to say more, kindly drop in the comment section. And if you're not even, this is for like people in your late 20s or mid 20s or get into 20s or more, because this everything I've said so far, I'm gonna say it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to start. So guys, if you want me to make more videos like this, or you want me to talk more about this, kindly drop comment in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and bye.